I did not expect a warm welcome. The drowning men were not those you approached lightly. Rapists, murderers, thieves, and worse. But if my desire to unite the skills and knowledge of mankind was ever to be more than a flimsy ideal, I would have to start with them. So here I had come to the far end of Nosgoth to see their leader, this reclusive Balthazar, and before the shadow of this holy place, I found him. I could do this. I had to do this.
So, that's why you're here, is it? No, don't say anything. Let me guess. You tried to explain this idea of yours to the others, and they laughed in your face, right?
More or less.
And what makes you think I won't?
Because you asked, and you're not laughing.
The only thing I find that's funny is the sight of a vampire's skull splitting open. The fact that you came all the way out here to see me proves this isn't some ploy. That you really do think this idea is worth exploring. I'd be lying if I said I didn't either.
You do?
The drowning men do whatever's necessary to destroy the leeches. If it works, it works. And there ain't more to be said about it. I just don't know who else would share that opinion.
If you make the first move...
If I make the first move, they'll take all of our secret techniques, give nothing in return, and within a year, the drowning men will be completely obsolete, absorbed into other factions. Am I wrong?
No, but...
If you want this merging of skills to happen, you have to find someone else to agree to share with me in good faith.
That person doesn't exist. No one will make that first move if they have to have that kind of risk to contend with.
Not right now, maybe. When was the last time you ate? You and that iron guard you were with looked a tad thin.
There wasn't much to eat on the ship up here, and we've been short on rations for a while.
Here. Not exactly the best roast, but it was fresh the day before yesterday. I will say one thing for your plan, though. It fires the imagination. The mere idea of finally destroying the vampires. It's hard not to get too hopeful. You ought to work with that. The desire for freedom, for safety, to live free of those dark predators. It's ingrained onto every human heart. Appeal to that, and you might get yourself a following.
I'd need something tangible to drive that. Something concrete. Something I could put under the noses of all the doubters.
Well now, funny you should say that. Do you even know why we're here?
No, Aegis didn't say.
Well, he knows better than to tell what I don't need him to say. It's like this, gal. Rumors say that the prophets found the know-how to make those fancy pistol weapons of theirs in some hidden place of some member of the Guardian Circle. Now, nobody's been inside a prophet's retreat for thousands of years. Who knows what sort of trinkets we might find in there.
You came out all this way on the flimsy hope like that?
Well, that, and those skin takers were expanding out west. Never let an enemy take your flank without a fight.
A relic of the Guardians. I can't deny that'd be worth its weight in quicksilver.
Tell you what, little alchemist. I'll make you a deal. You help us find something useful in this place, and help us work out how to use it, and I'll back your ideas against the other factions. Now how does that sound?
To be honest, it sounded like Balthazar was trying to have it both ways. If our expedition was successful, he gained the use of powerful ancient secrets and political advantage over the other faction leaders. If I helped him and found nothing, he got the free use of my services. It was lowering to think my hopes for faction unity hinged on whether or not the Praptor had left something for us to find. But what other choice did I have?
You could have told him no, not without more reassurances.
I need him far more than he needs me, Klaus. And we both knew it. So stop your belly aching.
I don't bellyache. A bellyache is bad digestion. I complain. It is quite different, I assure you.
The Praptor's retreat was a truly monstrous sight from the outside. The The fortress was fashioned from the rock of the cliff itself, shaped like the gruesome visage of a skull, and despite its extreme age was almost untouched by the elements. We took another boat from the ruins of Wassermund and sailed west up the river that ran alongside that cliff, towards the cave-like entrance at the base of the fortress. I could not help but feel as if we were sailing up the river of time itself, into a past long forgotten.
So then, what do you know of old the Proctor, eh?
He was one of the Guardians, a circle of 9. And that's about it. I'm not well versed in the theological lore.
You're one ignorant bastard, ain't you? You don't even know why we fight.
Pardon?
Kill vampires, be free. That's what everyone says. Tastes a nice simple answer, but they're wrong. Truth is, this war, it's about revenge.
Revenge? For what?
For the deaths of the Guardians, man. World used to be a fair place, less blood-sucking monsters, and our lot wasn't living a nightmare. That was when the Guardians were alive. Circle of 9. They kept the world from the darkness with their pillar things. But then he came, tracked them down one by one and butchered them without mercy.
You mean Cain?
Aye, Cain! The so-called Vampire Emperor. He killed them all, and the Proctor was the first to die. It's that bastard's fault the world is the way it is. Nothing's ever gonna be right again till someone sinks a blade into that bastard's skull. Mark me words.
Now that I can get behind. I always thought Cain was some myth the vampires made up, though.
No, he's real enough. Tis from him all vampires descend in one way or another.
So if we kill him, the vampires will all die?
Ha! Where'd you get that silly notion? The leeches ain't that fragile, boy.
Ah, pity.
I wonder why.
Why, what?
Why did Cain do that? Kill the Guardians of the Circle? What sort of hatred could have made him do it?
Why? Why? He's a vampire. A demon. You think he needs a complex motive?
Vampires consider humans as lower, inferior. Not because they're malicious, but because they consider themselves naturally superior. They're not evil, just arrogant. My experience with that damned winged Iskandar taught me that.
So you think Cain did all this just because he thought it was for the best?
Don't we all? Don't we all do what we think is for the best?
Yeah, you daft lass. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, Aegis. You do well to remember that. Perhaps, but there's great selfishness to light the way there. And I think that's a faster route.
Passing into the honeycombed cliffside citadel, I felt like I was venturing into some other world, as if I had stepped out of normal reality and into something entirely different. A deep sense of awe filled me. I'd seen the inside of temples and churches before, but this was something else. I could not explain how, but the very walls seemed to hum with a life of their own, a sleeping awareness that had lain dormant for over 1,000 years. The Mentalist. What did I really know about him? In fact, what did any of us really know about any of the Guardian Circle?
I have your back, Liese.
Glad to hear it. But who's got your back?
Not me, lass. Now get in there!
Welcome, weary pilgrim. You have journeyed far from all the corners of Nosgoth in search of my wisdom and counsel. Those who prove themselves worthy shall have the benefit of an audience.
Lieber Gott, is that who I think it is?
This was nothing I could ever have expected. With that bulging head, skull glowing with unearthly power, there was no mistaking this figure. we were greeted by the visage of the mentalist Nepractor himself. There was no doubt that this was one of the holiest places in Nosgoth.
The chambers of my lower keep shall test the mettle and will of those who seek my guidance. Only those quick-witted and determined enough shall pass the trials and be judged deserving.
Is this a ghost?
Nah, it's an illusion. A poxy magical record. Some sorcerers used to find it entertaining. Something the old mentalist must have left to greet visitors, instead of having to do it himself. Ha! Impressive, isn't it? Just think, if something as mundane as this has survived for so long, what else might just be waiting for us to find it?
So that's why you're all here. Greedy little human scavengers, picking over the bones of a far greater beast. Not surprising, really.
What? Who is that?
You're death.
Deceivers! The vile spawn of the blight that was Zephon.
Shields up! Cleave them in half!
That one, the woman, she is mine.
Liese, run!
Klaus!
Asella has her back. Now run!
I had known Klaus for years, long enough to know that if he told me to run, then it was imperative that I run. So quiet. Where was I? Too many twists and turns in the dark. No, don't panic. Just keep calm. Keep focused. Don't let fear creep in.
Who's there? Come on out, vampire. You'll not find me easy prey.
Aegis? Is that you?
Doffer kite, aye. It's just you. Where's everyone else?
It's just me here.
Fuck. We must have all split up.
What happened back there?
Zephon and buggers caught us by surprise. Balthazar ordered us to retreat. Must have all gone down separate corridors in the chaos.
What happened to Klaus?
Last I saw him, he was holding off 2 leeches.
Is he dead?
Don't know. If he is, I hope it was quick.
I thought you didn't like him.
I don't. But a quick, easy death is something you hope for when you're up against a phonym.
We need to find the others. We can't deal with the deceivers on our own.
Aye, and I'm no more fond of suicide missions than the next man.
So which way leads out of this maze?
Well, why are you asking me?
Don't you know?
No, of course I do. I've memorized the entire layout of this gigantic bloody fortress. I think we're in the bakery right now.
So you have no idea where we are at all?
Got it in one.
That's just damn perfect. We're trapped in here.
Don't suppose you have a plan?
Surviving.
That's a goal, not a plan.
I'd like to see you do... All right. We need to find a defensible spot and remain quiet. If we're lucky, we'll both be overlooked by the vampires and can make a run for it when they move on.
Suppose you'll have to be the brains of the outfit between the two of you.
Look, you pompous son of a bitch, I don't have time to put up with your...
Liese? Alchemist, are you there? Are you still alive?
Balthazar? Is that you?
Don't move. We'll be right down to get you.
Oh, thank God. We're right over...
We need to run. Now!
What? What are you talking about?
Trust me, lass. That ain't Balthazar. Run! Wait, where are you going? You're running right towards the tunnels where we pinned the vampires. Come back! Come back!
Come, Alchemist. Come to me. Come face the punishment for your crimes. No matter how far you go, you will never be able to outrun the justice that I embody. So come to me. Come to me. Come to me.
That vampire's hideous voice. I could hear it echoing inside the vaults of my mind. No, get out! Get out of my head! Get out!
Hey, you alright? Come on, speak to me, girl.
I'll be alright. Just give me a minute. How did you know?
I've known Balthazar for years. Get to know the man pretty well. Could tell the moment he'd started speaking it weren't him. Dawn Peach, 'twas all wrong.
Did you hear that voice inside your head too?
First time dealing with telepathy, eh?
Not like that. It was so deep inside my brain.
Most of phoneme can fiddle around with your mind in one way or another. Takes a bit of concentration to shield them out.
Let's keep moving. I don't want to be sitting in one place for too long.
Aye, there's a door over there. Let's try it.
Come on, Liese, keep it together. You can do this. Just one step at a time. The chamber we entered seemed to be some kind of records room. Many shelves lined the curving walls, each covered in the crumbled, dusty and decayed remains of ancient scrolls and books.
Aye. Is this it? It says here where the Propter kept his magic.
If it is, we're too late to recover any of it. These tomes are too old. The ink faded centuries ago. Even the pages are brittle.
Aye, fuck. So what about these here symbols on the wall? Do they mean anything?
Some sort of chart, I think. I recognize the elemental symbols, earth, fire, water, and air. But these 9 others are unknown to me. 9 symbols. 9 guardians? And each 2 guardians except that middle one come together to form an element. Fascinating.
Does it mean anything useful?
I doubt it. At least, not right now.
Then let's get out of here before...
Our love is one that has sustained us throughout the years. We no longer wish to hide that love. So I say to all the circle now that we are one.
Another record? Once more I saw the strange illusion of this guardian, long dead for centuries. He stood beside a woman of extraordinary beauty, flaxen gold hair and the brightest eyes. The 2 of them were holding hands. They faced a line of 7 other people, and with one startled glance, I knew that I was seeing the fully assembled circle of 9. All the saints of mankind stood before me.
Are they who I think they are?
Let no one doubt our union is genuine.
Interesting choice for a man, Ariel. You'd not be my first pick.
I do not judge a man by his physical appearance, de Jules, but rather by their mind and their heart.
Well, Napracta certainly has a mind to speak of, hasn't he?
Well, what do you know? The Guardians are actually fucking human beings.
You've no sense of the romantic in you at all, do you?
I just wonder if his other head glows as much.
That's disgusting!
You were thinking the same thing.
I was not! Was, but I wasn't about to admit that bit of heresy. Let's just get out of here. That doorway, over there. We stepped from one scene of love into another of horror. The room we entered was a chamber frozen in time and undisturbed for many thousands of years, and as such it contained a grim testament to the use it had once been put to. Racks, spikes, cruel implementations of inhuman torture. And scattered all around were bones. Hundreds of ancient bones which had lain here slowly turning to dust. Across the walls were dark patches where even centuries ago blood had been spilt in large enough quantities to leave a permanent reminder.
Let's go back.
This can't be.
We need to take another route, lass. Ain't nothing here for us.
Yes, another route. I was no stranger to the instruments of pain and torture, but I was used to seeing them in the darkest, most depraved dens of the leeches. To see one here in the home of a saint? No, there had to be an explanation. That's what I told myself as sternly as I could. But even so, I could feel the veneration I had had upon entering this place subside, and the fear rose to take its place.
Liese. Oh, thank God.
Klaus!
It's my lungs again. I can't breathe. Oh, God, please help me.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Get back, you fucking idiot! That isn't him!
No, you're not Klaus.
My name is Jehol. Pleasure to meet you at last, Liese of the Red Sisters, murderer of Dumar.
He had me in his grip, his claw pressed into me, his mind forcing itself over mine. I could feel it. No!
Foolish human.
Aegis had bought me precious moments to act. I did the only thing I could do. I took hold of my cannon, aimed it in the vampire's general direction, and fired. These ancient catacombs had weathered over the centuries well, but one explosive charge was enough to bring the corridor crashing down. Fuck.
Alchemist! You still alive?
Yes, where are you?
No idea. You brought the roof down. I think we're separated. You'll have to go on your own from here.
Where's the vampire?
No idea. He ain't on my side. You see him?
No.
Then I'd make a run for it while you got a head start, lass. Good luck.
Once more I was alone to figure out how to survive, pursued by a leech, alone in the ancient remains of the horror of Napraptra's retreat, alone in the dark, alone with my fear.
Not quite alone, little alchemist.